Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different, so let's get into it. Today I'm starting the Homestead 100 challenge presented by Bad Punkin Gaming. A link to his YouTube channel and his Discord can be found down in the description. Let's get into the startup equipment and the setup. You're going to be on the Homestead Map by JakedUp77. Can be found in the in-game mod hub. Everybody's going to start with Farmland 6. You get one pre-1990s truck with a 200 horsepower maximum. Chainsaw. You get a water tank on your property and $0 start money. Now let's get into the rules. You get a 100 horsepower max tractor, must be open cab. 110 horsepower max for other implements like a telehandler or a skid steer. No greenhouses or productions. Mr. Hector's orchard and composter are allowed. No additional vehicles. No super strength. Now for the goals to complete the challenge. You need to get $100,000 in the bank, 100 sheep or goats, your choice, 100 chickens, and you must build a legitimate farmhouse. A tent's not going to cut it. Well, that's pretty much the gist of everything. I will put a link to Bad Punkin's video that goes over the rules and the setup as well. That way you can refer back to that one, or you can ask questions down in the comment section. That being said, let's get this show on the road. Okay, so I need to let my truck warm up a little bit because I'm playing with the advanced damage system mod turned on. This is my first time using that mod, so this should be a fun learning experience. I guess I could go through and give y'all guys a little bit of a tour. I did add a few things. I put in this silo over here so that I could buy dirt, sand, gravel, stuff like that, because I have the additional fill types mod turned on and also the terraforming mods turned on because I plan on using those quite a bit, at least at first. Then there's the farmer's market. It's where you'll sell all your crops and stuff. The lumber mill, which is super important, at least in the first part of this, because that's how I'm making my money. You got the animal dealer over here, and here is the store where you bring your equipment to get worked on until I can afford to get my own tools. But also, I've got the rods used equipment mod turned on, so that seems like a pretty cool mod. This is my first time playing with it and kind of figuring it out, seeing how it goes. But yeah, so far as mods go, I've got a couple that I'm trying out for the first time. Figured it'd be a good time to try some other stuff out. Okay, so the truck should be warmed up by now. I'm going to jump in and start heading to the property. Now, I've made some other changes in setting things up. I told you about the advanced damage system, and I've got some other mods that I've got turned on. I'll try to do a mods list. I may just do a video that goes over the mods that I'm using on this challenge. I like to go heavy on the realism mods. That's just what I like to do. It's fun for me, so yeah. But anyway, let's see here. Look at my notes. So the first big thing that I did that's a little different than what I've seen other people do is I'm not driving through the field. And real life, yes, I get that you would get an easement, but I don't think that you would get to just drive through another person's field and damage their property. I did put a stop sign in here. just thought it'd be something fun. But anyway, so I went up this way, and there's a dirt path that goes up by the property, just one property over. And I went ahead and put gravel on that dirt road and got it all set up to where it's safe to travel on. Then I put my property access easement up that way, which you'll see here in just a minute. But got my little marker here so you can see where you need to turn. I did widen it out a little bit, but so far I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's a little bit different of a playthrough than what I'm used to. I'm used to structuring everything so much because I'm putting a storyline with it, and I'm having fun just getting to play the game to play the game. It's been a nice change of pace while I'm on a break with my new beginning series that I've got going on. But put a little mailbox in up here because you need a way to get your bills. Then got this gate installed, and I'm using the honk to open mod because I'm not getting out of the truck and opening and closing the gate every time. That just, my need for realism does have its limits. But this access easement, the way it's set up is I looked at the property lines and tried to keep it just along the property line to where it opens back up right on my property, which you'll see here in just a second. But tried to figure out a way that caused minimal damage to anyone's property, but yeah. So this is it. Not a lot going on. Got a decent sized piece of grass, and the rest of it is all woods. But got my water well here. Like I said, you're allowed to start with a water source, and I just went with like an old looking well. Figured that'd be see, and with the mod that I got turned on where you can see the property line, well, at least my property line, kind of see what my thought process was a little bit as far as the access easement. But I want to try to get some property markers to put up so I can at least keep my parameters in mind when I'm laying everything out on the property and getting everything set up. But I do have some goals that I've set for myself on this episode, and I think my primary thing is I want to get my camp set up. That way I have a place to sleep at night. Granted, it is going to be temporary. Other than that, I'm just going to be cutting a bunch of trees down and doing some loads in the truck to try and get some money so I can buy some equipment and buy some of the stuff I need. Okay, as you can see here, I've got the tax mod turned on. I do have it maxed out as far as what all the settings are on it, so it makes things a little more difficult. That being said, I've got the realistic economy mod turned on. So while it may make a few things cheaper in the shop, it reduces the amount of money that you actually make overall on things. From what I understand, it makes the value of everything seem a little more like the real life economy is, which hence the name of the mod. But I've also got the reduce wood prices mod turned on, so that'll nerf the price of lumber sales even more so. Just because I didn't want this challenge to be over too quick, but get some trees cut down, cut this little tree down and get it out of my way and start a burn pile. Then go over here and get a couple of trees cut down and start getting them sectioned up. I do have the lumberjack mod turned on, but more so just to be able to measure each cut. That way it takes some of the guesswork out of the size of the trees and what I can lift and what I can't. But I'm also not gonna cut a tree over into the grass. I've already had that mishap a couple of times on other playthroughs where I completely lost the top of a tree because I couldn't see where it was at. But go through here and de-limb this. Oh yeah, before I forget, I've got the chainsaw fuel mod turned on, so the way I understand it is it just requires you to refuel your chainsaw. I've yet to actually see the fuel levels go down, so I don't know if it just takes a while or if it's not working properly. I'll have to look at that. But so on the heavier ends, for right now, since I can only lift things by hand, I'm cutting the heavier side of the trunk down to 1 meter. Then as I go forward, I will start cutting everything down to 2 meters so I can have longer logs. I think you get more of a payout on the 2 meter than you do the 1 meter cuts at the lumber mill. I'm not sure. I've heard lots of people say lots of things, so that's one of those things that I don't really care enough to track down what's the right way to do it or not. At the end of the day, little things like that aren't really a big deal anyway, so I just have fun and play the game. Here you can see I don't have super strength turned on. I'm going to go ahead and jump into a time lapse. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just about done loading the truck up and getting ready to go to the store. I don't think I'm going to load that on there. Don't want to run the risk of messing my truck up by overloading it, because with the advanced damage system mod turned on, it can damage your vehicle and then you have to pay to get it fixed. And that's the thing, whenever they're fixing something on your vehicles, when you turn them in, it's not a quick fix like it is with the in-game repair. It takes hours, sometimes days, from what I understand. But try to preserve it and maintain all the equipment as much as possible to reduce prices on all that stuff. Plus, can't really afford the downtime because I can't have a second vehicle. If this one goes down, I have to wait till it's repaired. If the tractor, whenever I get one, goes down, I have to get it repaired, and then I can't work until that's done being repaired. So while I'm driving this load of logs into the lumber mill, let me ask you, how does everybody else like to play this game? Like, you like playing the realistic way, or do you like going in and just creating a huge farm and doing the farm management style, or a mixture of both? Let me know down in the comments how everybody else likes to play the game, or if there's something that you want to see in one of my playthroughs, or a mod video or a mod review, something like that. Just let me know. I'm open to ideas, and I'm not stuck in my ways so much, although my friends might argue about that one. So it looks like I'm losing power, and I don't know what the issue is. Oh, I see. That one log's not strapped in properly, and it is flopping around, so I think that's what's causing my issues. Let me get up here out of the way so I can get it fixed, because driving to the store at 10 miles an hour, plus I don't want to risk damaging my truck. Like I said earlier, I don't have the money for that, so we'll just toss this up here, get it strapped in, get back on the road. I will say I really like this map. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's not the hugest map in the world, but it doesn't seem small, if that makes any sense. It's a standard size map, but it feels bigger than that. Okay, so I've got another load of logs at the property. What I think I'm going to do is get this one sold. Then I'm going to go back to the property, pick up the other load, get it back up here and get it sold. Then do some shopping and get some equipment and try to get everything set up at the camp. That way I can just focus on cutting down trees and stacking up logs. $2,473. That's not bad. Well, I'm going to get back to the property, and I'll be back when I get back here with the other load. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, so I got that second load sold, and I did some shopping. And I spent the majority of my money, but yeah, I got my camper, I got a logging trailer, I got my flatbed tilt trailer. I grabbed the cone for a property marker, and then that green tank over there is to burn a brush pile. That's the land clearing mod. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. And I got me a hand push trailer and a weed whacker so I can clear out some of that brush. Now comes the fun part of getting all this loaded up, and this is where my Tetris skills will come in, or lack thereof. Now I do have the manual attach mod installed, but sometimes on these trailers it lets you detach and attach without using that. But I'm gonna get all this stuff loaded up on the back of the truck, and I'm gonna try to fit as much as I can on this tilt deck trailer to where all I gotta do is come back and get my camper and save me some trips and some gas as well. I'm not the hugest fan of this thing, but it is what it is. Get it up here and get it loaded. Don't be a turd. Just get on a trailer or truck. Okay, so that was harder than it needed to be, but I got it done, and now this is always weird to me that you can't pull this thing and you have to push it. It just, physics seem off to me. I don't know. It doesn't seem like, but I guess I shouldn't complain. It's a good mod. I like it. It comes with a lot of cool stuff like the hand plow, to where you can essentially do your own garden without having the greenhouses or the garden. You just have to plant everything and do it like a regular crop, which I might do that. That actually might be kind of cool to do, because it comes with all the tools to do all that stuff. That's worth looking at later on. This is where I have trouble, is get disoriented sometimes with trying to steer this thing. It's just weird. Now the fun part. I gotta put so that got annoying and really quick. I edited some of that out, I'm not gonna lie. It kept putting me on the bush whacker, and right now I'm gonna do my best to get the logging trailer loaded up onto the tilt deck trailer. That way I can just take everything home all at once, with the exception of the camper. save on fuel, make my life a lot easier. But hopefully this goes a little smoother than the wagon motor. Okay, so that did not go as smoothly as I had hoped, but it is on there. Not the prettiest of ways, but I got it on there. And everything's strapped in. Now I get to head back to the property. Uh-oh, I forgot my shovel. Crap. Run back up here and get it. I guess I could have just drove around, but I'm already over here now, so grab this and get it loaded onto the truck and get back. Okay, so I'm playing on a controller and sometimes buttons are hard. And I find it annoying that when you're running while carrying something sometimes, randomly you just trip and drop whatever you're carrying and yeah. But get this on here, get it strapped in. Now it's back to the house. So I'm just curious of what everybody's opinion would be on having a forklift at the store. I mean, because this whole situation could have gone a little easier if I wasn't having to hand load everything onto the trailer. But I also, like, if I'm buying seed or fertilizer or anything like that, that could be a little difficult unless you're just buying it a single bag at a time, which I guess is an option. But do you think it'd be okay to put a forklift that's only used at the store for whenever you're loading your purchases up? Because if you go to Atwood's or Lowe's or anything like that and you buy something of that nature, they're gonna use a forklift or something like that to load everything up for you. You're not just gonna pull up and have to load all your lumber or your big bags of feed by hand. But I'm not going to put it in there until I hear from people whether or not they think it's a good idea or that it's allowed. So just let me know down in the comments what you think, and if you say no, I won't put it in there. I mean, I guess I could always use the hand forklift that comes with the hand push tools. Those are relatively inexpensive, and if it comes down to it and you think I can't have a forklift at the store, I may just buy one of those because they are allowed. It's not a vehicle, and it's just a piece of equipment, and I can leave it there at the store. But I have rambled on enough about all that stuff. Need to get up here and get everything unloaded, and then I think I'll get a load of logs to get the logging trailer loaded up and the truck loaded up, go sell that, and then pick up the sleeper. There's no sense in making that drive and not taking a load in with me. I want to get everything unloaded, and then I'm going to get some logs cut, and I'll be back once I'm done with that and picking up the camper. Okay, so got another load of logs, and this is 2 full trees worth of wood. The trailer is actually pretty awesome. I can load up bigger stuff on it and save the bed of the truck for all the smaller wood. At least until I get a tractor or a skid steer where I can do nothing but big wood. But I'm probably gonna make this my last load. I want to run to the dealership, or the lumber mill, get this sold off, and pick up the camper. I'm gonna leave the logging trailer there, and I'll just come back in the morning and pick it up and take in a load of wood. That way I'm not making a special trip or anything. Try not to be wasteful and manage my fuel costs as best I can. See, I'm already overloading it, trying to drive too fast, and with this much weight on. Whoa. Okay, I got a little spoiler there. Needs to calm down. Need to remember to set my cruise control here in a little bit. That way I don't have to worry about that. Just set it to like 30 or 35. Because there's no need to go any faster than that with all this weight on the truck. It's a nice little drive though. Oh, and I haven't really talked about it. The truck, I will list this truck mod down in the description as well. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the details about it, but I know I got it on itch. So I will try to leave a link to this particular truck mod, because I love this thing. It's the Ford F-250. I mean, you can put a winch on the front of it, which I do have, and it's a pretty awesome mod. Let's see here, get this sold off. Nice. Okay, I decided to spare everyone the drive back. Plus, I'm running out of stuff to ramble on about. But, got the camper back here, and gonna get my camp set up. And I'm just gonna do a quick little time lapse of that. Okay, so got my campsite built out, and this is a nice little camper. I really like this mod, and it can be found in the in-game mod hub if you want to use it. So, highly recommend it. Got my garden gnome. Had to have that. It's really important. So I took a break, and I was able to find the property stakes, and yeah, so I'm swapping out my traffic cone since I got the property stakes up. Now I'm just running with my cone. Oh crap. Wait, where'd it go? This is what I'm talking about. Drop anything in the grass, it's gone forever. Or it just rolls about 20 feet in front of you. And I still can't see it. Oh, there it is. Alright. Get this back up here to the camp before I lose it again. Set this down right here. But I feel like I got a nice little camp set up. I'll do a proper tour here in a little while. Right now, I'm going to get to work and clear some trees. Get some brush cleared out, then clear some trees. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I cut down a lot of trees. Got a lot of area cleared out. And this is my burn pile. Now I'm going to use the land clearing mod to burn it all down. And as far as I know, this is available on the in-game mod and is available on every platform. So that's cool. But the way it works is you get that fuel tank or fuel can, and it acts like a vehicle. You get in it, you turn it on, it turns the flames on. Then you have to start the flames, and then it'll start burning everything up. But it does not produce ash, it produces wood chips. And once it's full, and you gotta unload it, and it just starts dumping them on the ground. But once it's full, you can't put any more stuff to burn on it. Which is why I got the little wagon thing and the shovel, because the outhouse over there takes wood chips. So you can put wood chips, or you can put water in it, and it produces manure and slurry. Now I did ask, and the outhouse mod is allowed. Does not count as a production. I think mostly because I'm just going to be using it on my crops and stuff like that for the most part. But nobody's getting rich off of poop. So, well, maybe. I don't know. I haven't gone down that path in the game yet. I've managed to find stuff to keep me occupied. But this thing produces a lot of wood chips. That was a pretty decent wood or burn pile. So I'm gonna come over here, grab my shovel. Now I'll be honest with you, I've never used the shovel before in this game. So this is going to be a first for me. Still cracks me up that I can't just pull this thing, that I have to push it everywhere. Just seems awkward to me. but I'm gonna get over here, get some wood chips loaded into this thing, and then get them taken over to the outhouse, and that way that can get started. Then I might load the truck up. I'm thinking I might go ahead and go get the logging trailer. Okay, so that was a pain. The shovel does not work the way I thought it would. And yeah, I've watched other creators and you guys make it look easy. There's definitely a learning curve and a reason why that footage got edited out, because it was not pretty. I honestly think that was the most painstaking thing I've had to do in this game, and once I got the hang of it, it was fine. It's getting the hang of it. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and leave this right here. I've got 2 loads put into that thing, and that's all I'm doing right now. Like I said, I got quite a few trees cut down. I'm gonna get the truck loaded up, and I might as well go ahead and go get the logging trailer while there's still daylight out. And no point in wasting daylight. Okay, so the daylight didn't last very long, and I'm about to the house. It's pretty cool because you can see the light from the campfire as you're driving up. So that was kind of cool. But I feel like today was successful. I had fun. Got my camp set up, got my gnome. It's a nice little place to sleep. It's weird that you have to get in it and sit down to do all that stuff, but got the lights on, and let's see, little window slats open, get some airflow through here. Got my water, and then got my chair and my campfire. Got my facilities, so in case I gotta do my business, get this started, and that way got some manure being produced. Got my trash can back there. I set it back there so critters wouldn't come up and mess around my campsite. Maybe the smell of the outhouse will help keep them away. But I think I'm gonna call it here. It's been a long episode. Got everything set up. I got everything done that I wanted to do. But hope everybody enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. I'm still new at this, growing, but every little bit helps, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you don't mind leaving a comment down in the comment section, tell your friends. But yeah, I will see you next time, and you guys take care.